Who's in? Coming in the top 4 for the CFP is Ohio State, Alabama, North Carolina, and Oklahoma. The controversial entry here is Oklahoma at 4. This team has 3 losses, all coming in a row, but has huge wins on the resume versus number 2 Bama, number 5 Florida, and another ranked victory over Oklahoma State, which makes 3, something Florida and A&M do not have. The committee saw Texas A&M's only loss to Bama as their playoff game and lamented their weak schedule as they had only 1 ranked win back in week 1 over Kentucky. Florida was also in consideration with 1 ranked win, but had already lost head-to-head with Oklahoma, lost to Kentucky, and needed overtime to beat 5-7 Vanderbilt. The drama is thick, as not only is Oklahoma the first 3-loss team to make the CFP, there hasn't even been a 2-loss team to make the CFP. Can the Sooners prove the committee right? Now, before we get to the semifinal game 1, here is your Heisman winner for year 2. Chris Rodriguez. The Kentucky senior running back had a monster season with over 2,000 all-purpose yards and nearly 30 touchdowns. Yeesh. The voting was not close, with Travion Henderson coming in second with nearly half the total. Now, let's get to Bama versus North Carolina in the Sugar Bowl. Bama would jump out to an early lead in this game on some beautiful throws from Bryce Young to Jamison Williams and Trayshawn Holden, but would also throw 2 interceptions that kept North Carolina in the game. North Carolina struggled to get the offense going until late in the second quarter when DJ Jones got in the end zone, and the score heading to the third was 21-13, Bama in control. The second half picks up where the first left off, with Howell breaking Mitch Trubisky's record for passing yards in a season, then rumbling down in the field goal range where once again they'd kick and cut into the lead further, 21-16. Bama still leads. Bama ball, 2nd and 10, and Young is picked again. For the 3rd time this game, Storm Duck undercutting the wide receiver screen, and nothing is going right for Bama as this led to Howell hitting Olsen for a touchdown, and just like that, Bama's lead is erased, and UNC now leads this game 22-21 after failing the 2-point try. Can Bryce Young course correct? No. Another interception on 3rd and 13, and UNC takes over again thanks to Tony Grimes. You know what's coming. DJ Jones scores another touchdown on the day, and UNC takes the 29-21 lead and never looked back. They scored a few more times and buried Bama as Mac Brown and the Tar Heels move on to the College Football National Championship in what at first looked very unlikely as they fell to a 21-3 hole. A gritty performance. You want controversy? How about Oklahoma making this game versus number 1 Ohio State? Oklahoma with 3 losses came into this game with something to prove and a previous Heisman winner in Kennedy Brooks, but struggled to move the ball in the first half, with Caleb Williams also tossing a pick. The guy who finished number 2 in the Heisman, Travion Henderson, struck pay dirt on a 73-yard touchdown run to the end zone to give the Buckeyes the 7-6 lead at half. Now, the second half would see more of the same, but Stroud hits Maya Williams here on a 20-yard screen, and the Buckeyes would get a field goal of their own to push the lead to 10-6. And of course, Brutus loves it. Oklahoma would go 3 and out, but Stroud would make a costly mistake on the ensuing drive as Brian Asamoah picks him off and sets up OU at the Buckeye 25. Williams would hit Hazelwood for a 17-yarder, and then boom, touchdown throw to Theo Weiss, and the Sooners were in front 13-10 heading to the 4th. The Buckeyes would not give up. Stroud takes off here, which is rare for the man, to pick up a first down and lead the Bucks to a game-tying field goal. But from that point, it was all defense. And then with 10 seconds left to play, Caleb Williams would drop back and then take off to the 37 to set up a game-winning field goal attempt from 54 yards out. The kick was horrible. Our cameraman almost lost it. It was so bad. Now we head to overtime, and OU gets the ball first, and Eric Gray would take over. First on a 19-yard reception, and then he'd punch it in from 1 yard out. The pressure was now on OSU to respond. 1st and 10, Stroud, sacked. 2nd and 17, Stroud, incomplete on the drop. 3rd and 17, Stroud, to no one. Now 4th down and 17, and Stroud throws one more time, and it's batted down by Deshaun White, and Oklahoma has knocked off undefeated Ohio State and proved the doubters wrong, adding yet another top 10 win and punching their ticket to the national title game versus the North Carolina Tar Heels. Here we go, Oklahoma versus North Carolina for all the marbles. Two teams that weren't expected to be here, out to get the ultimate respect of a national title. And the first half was all defense. A few splash plays through the air from Caleb Williams, but otherwise the crowd witnessed 3 field goals as Oklahoma took a 6-3 lead heading to the third. Where Caleb Williams got started fast here with a nice throw to Mims to pick up a first. A few plays later, and here comes Kennedy Brooks to move Oklahoma into field goal range again, where the kick would sail just short. Jeez. Basically grazes the crossbar. Score remains 6-3, and finally, Howell hits J.J. Jones for 55 yards to put North Carolina in business. Third and goal now, and DJ Jones gets violent as he mushes his way into the end zone, and boom. North Carolina takes the lead 10-6 with 7 minutes left in the game, and the crowd is going bananas. Can Oklahoma answer? After a few 3-and-outs, Caleb Williams drives the Sooners down the field and hits 2 huge passes. The first to Stogner, and then the touchdown here to Hazelwood to put the Sooners back in the lead, 13-10, with just 52 seconds remaining in the game. Does Sam Howell and the Tar Heels have a miracle drive in them? Howell is picked off, and OU pounds another score in to rub it in and win the national title. A little bad sportsmanship there, but Oklahoma Sooners are improbably national champions. And the play of the game is, of course, the go-ahead touchdown pass to Hazelwood. North Carolina will go home after coming so close, but they really just couldn't get the offense going beyond one big play. Great game from Caleb Williams as he wins player of the game, going 24-31 for 246 and a tutty. And what a season for the Oklahoma Sooners. The first 9-3 national champion. Check that, 11-3 national champions. Drop a like and comment on this video, and I'll see you in the off-season video next. But until then, go Stegos.